Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing something kind of highly requested, a little bit on the beat with the times, and I'm going to try out those viral TikTok robe curls. I have tried these out a few times, but I'm just going to show you the way that I do it and give you my thoughts on them. I primarily followed a technique that I found right here on YouTube, and I will link this girl's channel right there. Her tutorial was really helpful for me. I right now have my hair sort of semi-dry where it looks dry, but it still is a little cool to the touch from just air drying, so it's not 1000% dry. And we're just going to start, and we're not going to dive right in because it's an overused phrase. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, ignore how awful my hair looks from like air drying in a bun, is put one side of my hair in a nice little bunny bun. It doesn't really matter if your hair is still right down the back because it's all just going to be curly in the end anyway. Okay, so the next thing that I am going to do is take this robe, and I'm going to make sure that it is like the same size at both ends, and I'm going to take the very middle, and I'm just going to bobby pin her right on top of my head. So you're going to take essentially half of your hair in the front, and then your next section is going to be half of your hair in the back. So keep that in mind. You're always going to be taking halves, never leaving any in the middle. So what I'm doing here is essentially wrapping it all the way around. And so this this technique essentially works just like a French braid, except for instead of just crossing over, you are crossing over and back around. And instead of having 3 strands of hair, you've got 2 strands of hair and the robe. Now, with my long hair, I find that I have to sort of do this to prevent tangling. So now that I've done both sides once, I'm going to grab a little more and add it to the piece. And again, just pull it nice and tight and bring it around. And then grab more, making sure I'm hitting all the way at the back of my scalp with my thumb, essentially to where that little part I did was. And bringing it over and back around, making sure to just keep the pieces as separate as I can. And I'm just going to continually add pieces until I get to the nape of the neck. So as I grab my last piece at the nape of the neck here, I'm left with nothing left but the pieces that I have already got going. And if there are little flyaways, which I know there tend to be because nobody's perfect, just make sure they're snatched up in a strand. And so then what I'm going to start doing at this point is stop adding to the individual pieces and start just wrapping them really tightly and close to each other on the robe, length. So you're going to notice that I'm not really going vertical here. I'm almost trying to pull them up at the bottom to really give a curl effect instead of just a straight wave. So isn't my highlight kind of popping? That's pretty cute. I dig that. And I'm just going to do this till my hair gets kind of small at the bottom. And that is about as far as I can go. So I'm just gonna hold them here. There's gonna be a couple flyaways there, which, you know, will happen if your hair is not perfectly blunt, which mine is not because I got that haircut and I'm annoyed about it because I don't like glares, but whatever. And you're just gonna make sure you pull that robe piece all the way through. I'm using a small cotton elastic. I don't like using real elastics because those tend to get caught in my hair and it's a little tangly and that can cause breakage, but also a scrunchie probably won't give you enough tension to keep it in because we are going to be sleeping in these overnight and they are surprisingly comfortable. So that is one side all friggin' done, and I'm just going to repeat the other side now. And this is the final look when you are done. For some reason, I don't know why, this side always ends up way longer. I think that my hair is like thicker on the left side of my head, so I end up using more of the rope. But you can sort of hang out like this, have full-on Princess Leia vibes. Or you can go ahead and tie them up like so. Oh, I forgot. Let's take out our little bobby pin. She's no longer necessary. So you just go ahead and cross them around the back and then tie a little knot in the front, and that makes sure the robe is out of your way if you're gonna be cooking or whatever. Definitely don't want that like sliding into your gaslight. But so you can just kind of tuck it like that, and then it's all up and dealt with, and you can go about your business. So I am going to go ahead and live the rest of my night and go to bed, and then I will see you guys in the morning. Okay, so it is the morning. I am super tired. I have class in a second. I've had these in for now 15 hours, so a very long time. So fingers crossed that it looks good. I slept in them all night. These are surprisingly comfortable. I've tried a lot of different methods for heatless curls that you're supposed to sleep in, and most of them I just can't get on board with because I'm not able to sleep. Like, you know, the ones that are like the long rods that you put your hair around, those are just too hard for me. Same with the little foam rollers. I just can't get behind any of those. But these are really easy to sleep with because it's really just fabric, and it's soft fabric at that. I apologize if I seem just like super tired. I got my morning tea, so that should help. If you're wondering, I do brew my own iced tea. It's really easy. I just get like a large pitcher essentially. I don't even have one of the special ones, and I just put in a little bit of black tea, and it's like vanilla caramel flavor, so I don't even have to sweeten it. But I still sometimes do with a little stevia, and it's really yummy. So yeah. So I got my reusable straw because going good. Okay, so I think it's time to take these out. Obviously, they did get a little messy during the night. This got pushed further back, but not a big deal. We're gonna start by taking out the left side. Start by just like removing the elastic. Make sure to do that carefully. You really don't want to cause breakage at the ends. Okay. So once the elastic is off, you're just going to essentially unravel it really carefully, piece by piece. The bottom here you can see is a little wonky, but that'll sort of even out. And you can see that we do have a pretty nice curl shape. Like, it's definitely not a wave in the way that you would get with traditional French braid. One of the main things that people like about this is also that it gives you volume, whereas a lot of these kind of sleeping curls don't, and I feel like that's definitely true. The thing about these curls also reminds me of like medieval times. Like, I feel like they're princess curls, you know what I mean? Like when you watch a period drama, I love period dramas, guys. I want to be in period dramas. If you don't know, I sing and act. And I know it does look a little crazy right now, but we're gonna make sure it doesn't look crazy at the end. So I'll let those sit for a sec. Don't judge them or anything yet. Next, we're going to do the other side. Yeah, just really, really be careful with the elastic because it is really easy to break off pieces, and the whole point of you doing this whole heatless curl instead of just curling it in a few minutes with your wand or iron is because we want to avoid damaging the hair. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Don't be rough with it. Make sure to get those flyaways off the robe itself. That's an easy way to get some tangles up in there. Okay. Our robe is almost knocked over the iced tea with the robe. And this is sort of the original effect. If you like this, you can sort of smooth out those flyaways on the top and keep it like this if you do want sort of a really intense ringlety thing going on. No one would hate you for it. But I prefer to sort of zhuzh it. I think the main way to do that is by sort of messing up your part. So like kind of scratching back here. Just flipping it back and forth. And I do this also sort of when I do my own curls, but my own curls aren't usually quite so tight. I like that these are in different directions, so they do look sort of natural. Like this is giving me like Taylor Swift 2007 vibes, right? Yeah, it's really cute. And I definitely agree that it gives you a good amount of volume at the top, especially if you give it that zhuzh. The one thing that I don't love about it is that like these pieces are never going to be curled the way that the other pieces are, just because of the way the method goes. So to my mind, this is the perfect kind of method to do like a half up, half down hairstyle with, which really goes with the princess thing. Like, imagine taking a couple pieces and just like, yes, she's queen of somewhere. I don't know of where, but she is. She really is. You can also go ahead and add a little hairspray if you want. I know that when heat isn't applied to the hair with heatless curls, for me, they don't tend to last as long. And I think it's also easy for a curl like this to kind of get frizzy with itself. Like you can see these pieces here are not quite as defined as the other ones. And a little hairspray will go a long way to prevent the other pieces from doing that. I normally don't love using hairspray, but I think if you have sort of a touchable hairspray, then it can be worth it. I'm gonna grab mine. This is the Pantene Pro-V Air Spray. It has a 3 on their scale of like firmness, and it is brushable, flexible control, which I like because I like to brush out my curls normally. I wouldn't brush out these ones though. Please, please do not brush out these curls. That will probably ruin them. Be sure to give her a good shake, and just from a safe distance, a soft amount. We just really want to avoid any kind of crunchiness or anything of that sort. Make sure to get the back. This does smell really good. I know that aerosol is also not great for the environment, so I am searching for a non-aerosol hairspray that works well. Though it is so satisfying spraying something aerosol. I know, like it's... Hello darkness, my old friend. LOL, I have class in 5 minutes. Okay, well thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, ring the bell. If you want to be notified of my upcoming videos, go ahead and leave a comment if you have any suggestions. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching.